So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to turn this around so you can see, hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm cleaning the commutator. I hesitate to bring this thing closer to zoom it in, but I might have to do this. I just hate to forget. Okay, so what we're going to do is, the commutator plates are right here, and we're going to take our Q-tip dipped in alcohol, and we're going to do our usual cleaning. Wow, this thing is, somebody polished it at one time, not too long ago, I think. I'm surprised it's so filthy, but it was weird. Interesting. I think it was the way they lubricated it. So you could see, whoa, you could see that. I think you could see that filth on there. I can't see it because my eyes are bad from that distance. So I'm going to clean this off. And don't be afraid to clean the shaft with it, because that's we're cleaning everything. Okay, so we're cleaning nice. Oh, this is coming up beautiful. I won't even have to polish this puppy. This is polished already, as you'll see in a minute. How do you like that? One step less. That is wonderful. And I forgot to put my gloves on, so I'm getting grease all over. Alrighty. I'm going to show this to you in a second here. Man, that's not bad. Here's a Q-tip. This is what it looks like. Dirty. Take another Q-tip. Give it a nice little brushing here. A couple of little spots we're going to take off. See? Here's more. Got a couple little stubborn spots, that's all. Right where it usually happens, right by those open grooves between the plates. Because it kind of slices, you know, slightly scrapes the brushes, and obviously you get more residue. All right, this is looking fabulous here. Okay, so you see we have some more nice filth on there. Take one more. Just do a quick wash. Okay. Wow, nice. Quick wash, and you could see there's almost nothing on there now. So we'll save that Q-tip for a second. I'll show you this thing. Get it close to the camera. Now you can see the nice shiny, right? Plates. Beautiful. Now, whoops. See, I almost knocked this over. See now, you can see between the plates, as you probably know, there's those slots. There's 3 slots. 3 plates, 3 slots. Those are open slots. Now what we're going to do with that is, not spill our alcohol, but what we're going to do with that is, we're going to clean those out. You know what? I want to zoom in for that, because this is important, and it's a very delicate step that you have to do it right. If you do it wrong, you will cause a problem with the motor, and then you'll blame me. No, just kidding. But what you have to do is try to adjust this without killing myself. Let me try to get up here. You know what? This thing is keeping me warm, but it's in my way. There we go, my hanger. What was I going to do? I was going to... No. You know what? Let me do this. Get up, and we're going to zoom a little bit. I think that might be enough. I don't know. Yeah, maybe not. Okay. So now I get my special tool, which those of you who've seen my videos on this before know what this little tool is. Nothing but a T-pin, a regular T-pin. Okay, you can see that. And what I've done to the T-pin is I've bent it 90 degrees on the end. That gives me a nice little tool to clean out. And I have them, by the way, in different sizes. You know, because some of these motors are bigger than others, with the, especially standard gauge. So they're slightly bigger. So I have a slightly bigger pin. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to prop this up so it's sort of level. And I'm going to move the plate out of the way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pin. Where is it? Whoop. I'm going to take this pin and I'm going to stick that point down into that slot. And I'm going to I'm not going to push it down. I'm just going to almost like just lay it in there and make sure it doesn't dig in to the windings, and see if there's any crud inside this little chute, this little space. And there is. I don't know if you could see that, but I just took that little bit. I know it looks like nothing, but believe me, it's a lot, because those little openings sort of vent the whole thing. It's almost like, it almost acts like a fan, you know. So I'm doing the second one already, and you just kind of slide the pin across. You could feel the windings. You just slide it across the windings, and whatever might be there, when you get to the end, you just kind of hook up, and it comes out. Stuff comes out. Take it out, and that's all you do. Now here's the stuff I got out of there. I don't know if you could see it, but you could see that. Okay, so a little bit of stuff, a little bit of slop, but means a lot. This one was not really dirty. I've had some, I couldn't believe what I dug out of there. This one is in good shape. Okay, we've done that. Let's move on. Now what we can do is we can basically take our plate. Again, I hold the wires, not to stress them where they're, so they're not stressed where they are soldered, and I turn the plate around so I can see the inside of the holes here. And what I'm going to do is, you've seen me do this before, a Q-tip. Right, you see, this is what I hate. When I zoom in, then you can't see what I'm doing. That's what kills me. So I'm going to zoom back out a little bit so you can see. Okay. In any case, I held on to the wires on this plate, turned the plate over. Now, the Q-tip is too fat to go into that hole. You know, I want to clean out these cylinders, that hold the spring and the brush. So, easy way to do that is I just take a Q-tip and I pinch the end of it, the top of it, and pull off a bunch of cotton. And voila, it instantly loses weight, gets thinner. And then we go in. It's still snug enough to clean this thing out nice. And we go in and we clean all the inside of that tube. Now you see all that black stuff. You got black stuff on the tube, you have black stuff on the spring, You have black stuff on the brush. Guess what? Bad connection. Bad connection. And you can see how much I take off here. Take a bunch of cotton off the top of the Q-tip. Come on. Now I'm going to dampen that again. I'm going to go into the other side, clean that out. All right. And there's the other one. You can see that, yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to take this, still has some alcohol on it, clean up the plate right around. Again, this plate was not dirty. For some reason, this engine is weird. Places it's real dirty and other places not at all. I'm cleaning the hole now where the shaft goes in. Make that nice and clean. And so this is what we got out of cleaning those tubes, the two tubes for the brushes and the shaft hole, the bushing hole. Okay, so we pretty much cleaned those. Those are nice and shiny in there. Take my word for it. Make sure we don't have any extra cotton hanging out. I sometimes take my pipe cleaner, just for the heck of it, and run it up and down. Just make sure there's no extra stuff, because the pipe cleaner will go clear through the hole in the back of the tube, which is real cool. Blow on a little bit, clean as a whistle. Okay, so now we've done that. Got this clean, got that clean. One thing we haven't cleaned yet, the springs and the brushes. Again, I'm going to put this, so that I don't forget, I'm going to put this motor back the way I had it when I took these off. So that means the front is to my left. Oops. So, what we're going to do now, one other thing, what we're going to do now is just clean a little bit off this plate. This is so clean, I'm like not paying attention to what I normally do, but it's got some crud, but not really a lot. I love it when it's not that dirty. So much less work, so many less Q-tips. I'm telling you, I should have stock in Q-tip. Yeah, here's an interesting thing. Got some crud that's stubborn. So rather than try to scrape it with the Q-tip forever. Oh, that's, you know what that is? That's metal that has a slight pitting to it. It's not even mud or dirt or grease. It has a slight pitting. Very, very slight. Anyway, I just cleaned the frame around where the plate's going to go. Brush plate's going to go back on. I'm going to make sure that's clean. Do it again. Nice and clean. Okay, beautiful. Very nice. Clean a bit of the coil here that's exposed. Clean that off. Yeah. Alright, so that's more cleaning right there. Okay, now, like that. That's nice. Okay, now what I'm going to do is clean the spring. I'm taking the spring and the brush that I took off of the right side here, and the right side meaning that when I took them out, this was on the right. The back of the engine was on the right. Always keep that in your mind. Which way is which? Take out. I put it in my little cap of alcohol. Roll it around a little bit. Then I take it. Get another piece of towel. Paper towel. piece of paper towel, take it out from rolling it around in the alcohol, and now I put the spring there and the brush. But when I do that, you also get a bunch of alcohol that's, you know, just leaks right on there because we just took it out of the bath. And we'll roll it. We're actually rolling the spring and the spring attached to the brush. And as you can see, we already have dirt that came from the spring of the brush. But now what we're going to do is, these are two pieces that come together, right? So without stretching this spring, we have to turn it clockwise, which allows where it's grabbing to the spring opens a little bit, and you're able to take it off the brush without stretching the spring. That's important. You just try to pull it off, you're going to stretch the spring, and then you have a problem. Okay, we're going to use the alcohol that we purposely spilled onto here. Sometimes we may have to put a little more. Clean off the face of the brush. That's the part that hits the commutator, that rubs against the plates. So that's pretty nice and clean. You do it almost like an eraser, like it's an eraser, you know. Put a little alcohol and you rub it on the now this one is a little stubborn, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my track eraser. There's a little tiny bit that's being stubborn. When I clean something, I want it clean. So you have to be careful because these brushes are soft, so we're only rubbing it slightly. Wash it again, dry it. Now the back part where the spring goes, I use my fingernail to get in that crevice because there's a little lip there, and I roll it around and I clean that off. So now we have a clean spring, just to make sure. We dip it in there, turn it around, beautiful. Now I'm going to put it back, putting the spring back onto the brush. So I put it against, again, go clockwise with the spring. It opens up the curls, the windings of the spring, and it grips right, twists right on, and it's nice and strong. See? So we did that's the one that's going on this side, the right side. We'll put that down. Now we're going to do the other one. Now we can see, I don't know if you can see this, but the big difference between the clean one and the dirty one. Let's see if I can show you. The clean one is in this hand. The dirty one we haven't cleaned yet is in this hand. And I think you can see the difference. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. Throw it into the bath of alcohol. Swish it around a bit. Put it on the napkin here, the paper towel. Roll it around a bit. Okay, now again, we're going to turn it clockwise. It may seem weird that you're turning it clockwise to take it off and then clockwise to put it on, but it's because by turning clockwise, the spring opens up at the bottom. The windings open. So, you know, just trust me with that, because that's how it works. And let's get this particular brush cleaned. I think you could see this, yeah. Just with holding, holding the brush with my fingers and wetting it with the alcohol and then doing some more. Let's do the back and front at the same time. Nice. Save a little time here. Yeah, okay. Dip it. Cleaning off the face of it. That hits the commutator. And again, we got a little bit of stubbornness, so we will take care of that with our little track eraser. I'm not even really pressing. I'm just kind of, because you could wind up rounding the edges of the brush, and you don't want to do that. So you have to be 90 degrees to it, and very delicate. What is going on with this one? Almost there. Okay. Here we go. So now, take the spring clockwise